The galaxy was quiet, colder, and darker than it had been for millions of years. Once, humans had spread across countless star systems, building civilizations, fleets, and war machines, but now all that remained were ruins, silent and empty. Planets that once glowed with life and technology were abandoned, orbiting stars like forgotten memories. Alien species had risen in humanity's absence, claiming systems and colonies, ruling the stars with arrogance, believing the humans extinct. "They are gone forever," Commander Vrack said, voice proud and cold, as he toured a human ruin, their fleets, their weapons, their empire. Nothing remains, but deep beneath the surface, in the quiet of abandoned hangars and planetary bunkers, something stirred. Ancient human war machines, dormant for 500,000 years, began to hum. Sensors flickering, engines vibrating with energy. At first, it was subtle, almost imperceptible, a flicker of light along a massive dreadnought's hull. The faint whir of machinery starting to wake. Alien scavengers explored the ruins, curious, thinking they had found abandoned relics, and one by one they approached the war machines. Unaware of the danger, deep in orbit, a massive human battleship awoke. Its hull glowing faintly, power systems booting, weapons calibrating automatically. Admiral Kane's AI core, ancient and intelligent, came online for the first time in 500,000 years, scanning the stars, assessing threats, calculating strategies. "You thought humanity was gone," the AI said quietly in a synthesized human voice. "But the legacy lives and it awakens." Elsewhere, smaller combat drones stirred, rails sliding into place, engines flaring, energy shields shimmering for the first time in centuries. Alien explorers, sensing something strange, paused, but it was too late. Sensors already detecting the approaching power of human war machines. Panic spread as one alien patrol ship saw a dormant dreadnought slowly rising from the shadows. Weapon systems glowing ominously, Commander Vrack shouted orders, trying to regroup. But the humans' ancient fleets were already coordinating silently, moving as one unstoppable force on distant planets. Buried factories and hidden shipyards activated. Automated systems building new ships from old designs. Even in ruin, human technology adapted, repaired itself, and prepared for war. Following protocols set long before the galaxy had forgotten them, alien intelligence networks reported strange anomalies. Energy surges and unknown fleets moving through unclaimed systems. But the reports were dismissed as glitches. No one expected that humanity's war machines were awakening, old yet advanced, disciplined, and terrifyingly precise. The first dreadnought fired a test volley into space. Missiles streaking like comets, explosions lighting the darkness, alien patrols scattered, some ships destroyed instantly, others fleeing in terror. Realizing that the legends of human power were true, across the galaxy, systems once thought safe were now vulnerable to a force they did not understand. In the shadows, the AI coordinated, learning, adapting, preparing to reclaim lost territory and exact a warning across the stars. The silence of 500,000 years was ending, replaced by the hum, the fire, and the awakening of humanity's forgotten war machines. And as the stars stretched endlessly beyond the horizon, one truth became clear. The humans were not extinct, their empire was not gone. They had only slept, and now they were rising, powerful, relentless, and unstoppable. And somewhere, deep in the hearts of every ancient machine, a single command echoed, "Awaken, strike, reclaim." And the galaxy would never forget the name of humanity again across distant star systems. Humanity's war machine stirred, awakening from 500,000 years of silence, ships long abandoned powered up. Engines humming, shields flickering to life, and weapon systems calibrating automatically. Admiral Kane's AI core moved through the network. Ancient yet intelligent, assessing threats, plotting routes and coordinating fleets. It is time. The AI said in a cold, human-like voice, "Humanity shall rise and the galaxy shall remember." Small patrol drones activated first, sleek and silent, sensors scanning for alien presence. Weapons ready to strike. Alien scouts moved into sectors long considered safe. Curious about strange energy readings, unaware of what waited. The first human dreadnought broke orbit, engines flaring, weapons arrays glowing ominously. A ghost from the past come to life. Alien patrol ships detected the anomaly and approached cautiously, sending messages to nearby command stations, but before the aliens could react, automated defense turrets fired, missiles streaking through space, lasers slicing shields, destroying the patrol vessels in moments. Panic spread through the alien networks as reports of awakening fleets came in from multiple sectors. Commander Vrax and his officers shouted orders, trying to assemble fleets. But the humans' war machines were everywhere, coordinating faster than the aliens could respond on a distant planet. Automated factories began producing new drones and smaller combat ships. Ancient blueprints activated with precision, energy flowed through dormant systems, assembling ships from stored materials, constructing fleets faster than anyone imagined. Even wrecked stations repaired themselves, robotic arms welding and calibrating. Restoring long-lost weapon arrays, alien intelligence networks scrambled to track the sudden surge of human activity, but every attempt failed, blocked or destroyed by ancient human security protocols. The first large-scale fleet moved in silence. Massive dreadnoughts leading, frigates flanking, and smaller drones scouting. The AI coordinated attacks with perfect timing, striking supply stations, communication hubs, and patrol fleets simultaneously. Overwhelming any alien defenses, Lieutenant Maris monitored the displays. Awe in her voice. "Admiral, they are moving like they were never asleep, coordinated, unstoppable." Kane's voice echoed through the AI network, calm but commanding. "This is the beginning." Every system reclaimed, every fleet activated. Humanity returns, stronger than ever. Small skirmishes erupted across the outer rim. Alien forces caught by surprise, often destroyed before reinforcements could arrive. Entire colonies once thought secure were now vulnerable to the awakening fleets, their defenses failing against precise, calculated strikes. Alien commanders could only watch as human machines advanced, seemingly everywhere at once, unstoppable and terrifying in their efficiency, and yet, despite the overwhelming power, no human life was required to execute these strikes. Machines acting with intelligence, discipline, and unyielding force across the galaxy. Systems that had long forgotten humanity began to feel the weight of an ancient power returning. The silence of 500,000 years had ended, replaced by the hum, the flare, and the deadly precision of war machines long dormant. And as the first major dreadnoughts moved toward enemy outposts, one thought burned across the galaxy. The humans are back, and they are not playing. The galaxy trembled as humanity's war machines moved from hidden systems into alien-held territories. Massive dreadnoughts led the fleets, their weapons primed, engines blazing, shields glowing like walls of fire. Automated frigates and drones flanked them, scouting ahead, ready to strike with perfect precision. Alien commanders stared at their screens. Disbelief and fear etched across their faces. Impossible. They were extinct. But extinction was only a lie the galaxy had believed, and now the humans returned in overwhelming force. The first wave struck an outer rim colony, energy beams slicing through defenses, missiles tearing apart fortified stations. Alien ships scrambled, firing back. But human machines moved with coordination and speed that no organic crew could match. Captain Voss piloted her dreadnought through the chaos, targeting key enemy ships. Engines flaring, weapons unleashing devastating volleys. Even smaller human combat drones found gaps in shields, striking vulnerable points with deadly accuracy. The aliens' formation collapsed under the calculated strikes, their morale shattered. Panic spreading through the ranks, Lieutenant Maris monitored the battle, awe in her voice. "Admiral, they can't hold against this. Every move is perfect." Kane's voice echoed through the AI network, calm, commanding. "This is humanity's return. Precision, strength, and strategy combined. Let them see what happens when they awaken our legacy." Alien reinforcements attempted to counterattack, rushing from nearby systems, but human fleets anticipated every move, blocking escape routes and cutting communication lines. Massive stations erupted in fireballs as missiles found their marks, debris floating silently through space, a deadly testament to human engineering. Even automated factories on occupied planets reactivated, producing new drones and ships mid-battle. Reinforcing the fleet almost instantly, the aliens struggled to coordinate, their organic decision-making too slow against the calculated efficiency of awakened machines. A massive alien cruiser tried to break through the human line, but dozens of drones swarmed, disabling engines, cutting weapons, and leaving it drifting helpless across the battlefield. Alien commanders realized the truth too late. Humanity was not just back, it was perfected, disciplined, and unstoppable. The first major colonies fell within hours. Strategic points destroyed or captured, a clear message echoing across the galaxy. And still, the human machines advanced, relentless, their AI calculating every strike, every target, every tactical advantage across distant systems. News spread through alien networks. The humans have returned, and their war machines cannot be stopped. Panic turned to fear. Fear turned to chaos as fleets retreated, leaving defenses abandoned, stations destroyed, and planets vulnerable. Even as some alien ships fled to core systems, human drones shadowed them, striking supply lines and communication relays. Spreading terror without mercy, the galaxy had believed humanity was gone, extinct for 500,000 years, but now, that illusion shattered with every volley, every explosion, and every victory. Kane watched the battle unfold from the bridge of the flagship, calm, confident, and relentless. Let them run, let them hide. The humans have returned, and nothing can stop what awakens. And as the stars stretched endlessly around the battlefield, one truth became undeniable. Humanity's war machines had begun, and the galaxy would never forget. The alien armada trembled as humanity's awakened war machines advanced across the outer systems. Dreadnoughts led the charge, shields glowing, engines flaring, weapons ready to strike with deadly precision. Even the smallest human drones moved in perfect coordination, striking supply lines, scouting paths, and disabling enemy ships. Commander Vrax shouted orders, panic in his voice. "All fleets, retreat. Regroup at the inner systems, abandon the outer colonies." But the human machines were already cutting off escape routes, anticipating every maneuver, every decision. Massive alien cruisers tried to push through, but missiles and railguns struck in unison, tearing apart engines and shields. Even orbital defense stations fell under the relentless fire, explosions lighting the void as debris scattered across space. Captain Voss piloted a human dreadnought through a cluster of enemy ships, weapons firing in precise volleys, striking critical points. Every alien attack was countered, every formation broken. The humans moving like a single living force, unstoppable and disciplined. Lieutenant Maris observed the tactical displays, awe in her voice. "Admiral, their fleets are retreating." "No, fleeing, and we control the battlefield entirely." Kane's voice echoed through the AI network, calm and commanding. "Do not underestimate them, but do not let them escape entirely. Every strike must remind the galaxy what humanity is. Alien commanders tried to regroup, but their fear was contagious. Crews panicked, communications jammed, orders ignored. Human war machines struck with terrifying efficiency, disabling key ships, cutting off supply routes, and scattering remaining forces. Even automated factories on distant planets continued to produce reinforcements. Adding drones, frigates, and heavy cruisers mid-battle, alien fleets abandoned entire sectors, leaving behind stations, supply depots, and planets vulnerable to human occupation across the galaxy. Reports of destruction and retreat spread like wildfire. Panic infecting every system under alien control, the humans advanced relentlessly. Machines acting as both army and fleet, disciplined, intelligent, and merciless against those who had once ruled the stars. Commander Vrax could only watch helplessly as his forces crumbled, realizing too late that the humans had returned not with hope, but with unstoppable power. The Outer Rim systems fell into human control. Ancient war machines reclaiming their lost territory, leaving alien forces in chaos and fear, even as some alien ships fled toward the core worlds. Human drones shadowed them, striking quickly, leaving no room for safe retreat. The Great Retreat was not just a withdrawal. It was a collapse, a reminder that humanity's return was a force no one could resist. Kane observed the battlefield from the flagship, calm and resolute. The galaxy will learn. The humans are back, and nothing can challenge what awakens. Across the stars, the silence of 500,000 years had ended, replaced by the hum of engines, the flare of weapons, and the unyielding march of awakened humanity. And as the fleets continued to advance, one message echoed through every sector: humanity had returned. Unstoppable, disciplined, and victorious. The galaxy was silent no more. Humanity's war machines patrolled the reclaimed systems. Massive dreadnoughts and fleets moving in perfect coordination, shields glowing, engines humming. Planets once abandoned for 500,000 years now hosted functioning factories, automated cities, and fleets ready for any threat. Admiral Kane stood on the bridge of the flagship, calm and proud, eyes scanning the stars. "They believed we were gone," he said quietly, voice steady. "But humanity has returned, stronger than ever." Lieutenant Maris monitored fleet activity, awe in her voice. "Admiral, every sector we reclaimed is secure. Alien resistance is broken, their fleet scattered." Kane nodded, a faint smile on his lips. "Let them remember this day. Humanity is eternal, disciplined, and unstoppable, even as some alien survivors fled toward distant corners of the galaxy. Human drones and frigates shadowed them, cutting supply lines and communications, ensuring no force could regroup across the stars. Ancient human war machines glided silently, their hums a warning to any who might challenge humanity again. Automated factories and shipyards repaired and upgraded ships, preparing for the next stage of expansion. Colonies once lost were now thriving, powered by human AI, producing ships, resources, and intelligence to strengthen the fleet further. The aliens who once ruled without fear now trembled, their arrogance shattered, their confidence replaced by caution and terror. Kane walked among his crews, observing pilots, engineers, and operators, every face reflecting courage, pride, and determination. Even the youngest cadets manned consoles and stations with confidence, knowing they were part of a legacy reborn. Lieutenant Maris whispered, awe in her voice, "Admiral, they will never challenge humans again." Kane's eyes scanned the distant stars, calm and resolute. "No, Maris. And the galaxy will know that humanity is not defeated, cannot be erased, and will never bow." The Terran fleet moved steadily. Vigilant yet proud, carrying the legacy of courage, strategy, and relentless resolve. Reports of the human resurgence spread across alien networks, reaching even the farthest systems, leaving fear and respect in their wake. No empire could forget the force that had risen from silence. 500,000 years old, yet unmatched in power and precision. Across the galaxy, civilizations watched, some in awe, others in dread, as the humans established their dominance once again. The war machines, awakened and perfected, represented humanity's legacy, intelligent, disciplined, and unyielding, even in the vast darkness of space. The hum of engines and the glow of shields reminded every observer that humans had returned. Kane addressed the fleet, calm, commanding, and inspiring. Today, humanity is reborn, our empire awakened, and no one shall forget what it means to challenge us. Across planets, systems, and fleets, humans maintained vigilance, ready for any threat, prepared to defend, reclaim, and expand. The galaxy had learned a lesson it would never forget. Humanity is eternal, fearless, and unstoppable. The silence of 500,000 years had ended, replaced by the light, fire, and unbreakable resolve of a species that refused to die. And as the stars stretched endlessly across the void, one truth shone brighter than any sun. Humanity had risen again, triumphant, eternal, and unmatched.